Thursday night rugby league right here on the home Fox League. Roosters and Raiders and Collins. One of the Origin contingent takes the run back to the 10. The Roosters, Smith, the kick across field, looking for Marky Mark. Here he comes! Oh, that is absolutely wonderful rugby league!
Like, I'm 50-50 split. If they had said, you know what, he's knocked that on, I could nearly say yes, he has.
Yeah.
But the fact that his hand's under the ball...
Look at his face.
Yeah, well, that's right. So he would not have known that he re-gripped the ball.
Yeah. Ball with Paddy. Papali'i and Sanders
Oh,
straight off hands. Savage for the corner, straightens up and gets over. Finally, at last, persistence. Canberra score after 35 tackles in the Roosters 20. Raiders just outside their 40. Papali'i, Strange finds a runner who was losing it and kicked and then is held back.
Oh,
doesn't matter. Raiders flying forward over the top. They may still score in the corner. Timoko back to the man who started it. Sasungi scores. Obviously, the bunker will check it.
Well, sorry.
Look at
Owen Pady on the inside here. He's in front of the kicker. We acknowledge there's a jag back in the background here. However, the offside kick chases the first breach at this point.
Well, no,
Owen Pady is now within 10 metres of the play, which is a penalty.
The fact that he is held back denies him the opportunity to run Paddy onside. Watson now, short side, Crichton, dead end, still offloads. Watson loses the ball. Oh, he says 6 to go for the Roosters. Mid rolling their way now. The ball was Smith, Shoat in front, straight runner. Great offload! Savala, great offload! Tedesco scores! Roosters 2 tries tonight have been a touch spectacular. Now Paddy's got a 40-20 once this year. He launches this one.
That's a good
kick.
kick.
The distance is gone.
Oh, it's got it.
He's got another one. Last tackle. Sanders got it to the end goal. This time, Simi Sasungi for Canberra. Tedesco, I've said it before in this mood, he can fold a fitted sheet. Billy Smith, away to Tupou. Savage chasing. Savage catches Tupou, who can't get over the line. Now he can. He waited until Monday to put the ball down over the line. I have never seen a finish to a try like that ever. Paddy to Sanders. What's he got? They're going to run it on the left. It's coming out Chris's way. He could have run himself just about.
Oh, he could have.
He got it in goal. They've got it back anyway, and the Raiders have scored. Hudson Young over. Plenty of lime green jerseys there in the corner. And Hudson Young gets them back within 6. Last tackle, Canberra. Roosters defence. Magnificent again. Paddy's kick. Raiders all over it. Tapine scores. We're level at 18 all. Ricky's up and about. What a finish we've got coming up. There's a long way to go. Well, kick here from the short side, Savala. Chase is being led by Billy Smith. He lines up Kyo Weeks. He misses Weeks. Weeks has got some moves and speed and shows us Kyo Weeks for Strange, the Raiders. The Raiders raid the Roosters. Coop not there. Now Smith to Sandon Smith. They need the ball. Up go the Raiders. Lose it. Watson. Play on. Overlap. It's a 5-on-2. Out it comes. Toya now for the corner. Ankle tap. Still with Toya. Goes over. Game still alive. Roosters score. What a sport this is. The best ever. So the kick. And it's on its way. Yes. 2 the difference. Another come from behind win for the Canberra Raiders. Rock solid, second on the ladder.
Trent, just get your initial thoughts on that 80 minutes.
Yeah, really good contest. Played a really good opposition that are going to take their opportunities. And I felt, we had very self-inflicted and in the amount of yardage areas we turned over, whether it was just simple catches or carrying the ball. We offered field position and we defended it for most of the game. First half did a really good job. Second half we tackled sort of plays 1 to 5 really, really well, and then 2 grubber kicks and a run on last with a flick inside cost us. So I felt like, there's a, it's a really hard one because all the hard areas of the game were doing really, really well, and then just the self-inflicted errors in those areas of just invited a really good team into our own half too much.
How big of a focus was that defence this week? Because particularly in that first half, the Rays really couldn't sort of make any mark on the game because of the effort. Yeah,
I mean, it's the thing is you sort of look at the other side of the scoreboard and there's 26 points and it's like, oh, what happened? Because you sort of know when a team's working really hard in D and whether they're making good decisions, and we are. Really proud of the way that we worked in that first half. Even the second half, we were defending really, really well, and then we obviously had the last tackle tries, which we couldn't get to on the grubber kicks, and then that flick back in where we should have covered the ball as well. And it's like it's still a part of the defence, and it still let those tries in. But I know we've got a team that can play footy. I can see a team that's on its way to being really good, and we just need to finish off a little bit of learning from our game, because we played 3 really good teams. We had a bye 3 weeks ago, went Canterbury, Cronulla, Canberra, and we went, I'd be interested to see where we're at there, and I think we're a good team. I just would have liked to have finished a couple of those games off a bit better.
Trent, how did you going into RC's gut at the
moment? He's got a choice. He's such a good player. What is he, 12 games in now? 11 maybe? 11 games in. Yeah, this year and 1 last year. So 12 games in. He's making a fair impact on the game, and he's, 2 yardage errors there are his choice. They were both sort of unforced, and so I feel like he can have a huge impact on the game just by cleaning up a bit of that backfield, and then he'll become a dominant player in this competition.
Feel you're getting the right. I guess the trade-off is worth it, Trent, for the kind of teething problems you're going to have with, high ball has been a couple, right? Like, that's not to pick on him, but that's, I guess, an occupational hazard of the job, right?
Yeah.
You feel it's worth the trade-off?
Well, he's a quick learner, and he's hurting in there because of it, and so I think he'll get that very quickly because his technique is very good, and so there's just a couple of slight tweaks there that he needs to do to fix that up. And then I hope they keep kicking to him because he is such a good catcher, but they're unforced errors at the moment. And when he stops that, then he'll be one of the better wingers in the competition.
Ricky, I think you said at half-time that don't worry about the scoreboard and, you'll get them at the back end. It's exactly what happened.
Yep. You have to find out who's leaking to you at half-time. No, I was very upbeat at half-time because I thought we played really good footy. I thought our last 15, 17 minutes into the first half we were going very, very strong. We had a lot of momentum, and then all of a sudden, a bit of momentum went against us and they scored. But I couldn't let that upset our mindset or our emotion. We had to make sure we just got back to work, and did.
Both Ethans stood up tonight, but Owen Paddy particularly, I think he had 1 try assist and 27 tackles. He was really impressive out there.
Yeah, they were. You look at that spine, you know, I don't know what the average age or average of the ages are, but I think the oldest player there is Kaio. G23. Ethan's first game, Ethan Sanders' first game for us, his third game in NRL. He sort of answered to me tonight what I can't, Ethan Sanders, what you can't find in training or scrimmage or New South Wales Cup, and that's handling the intensity, handling the ability to make decisions very quickly as a half, because it's, you know, it is a very, very tough game. Our NRL competition is, and he handled the, I suppose the intensity, the collision really well.
What does that say about his like sort of maturity, I suppose? Because you're saying that the spine is so young, but for him to be able to go out there and sort of not be overawed by the occasion. I think it was only a couple of days ago that he told that he was going to be stepping up with Ethan, and to go out there and handle himself like that, there's a lot of maturity in that spine.
Yeah, and look, that's you probably had a glimpse of our future there tonight. But I'm not a coach. If we had got beaten tonight, I'm not a coach. You lose 2 or 3 or 4 games. Who's going to then, you know, tip it all upside down? I always show him belief. I wouldn't put him in there if I didn't believe. I wouldn't, and I said to him before the game, "You're in there because I believe you're going to do a job." And the boys have had that. Ethan Stranger's had that last year. Alan Paddy's had that. He's done a wonderful job tonight, only playing 15 minutes to 10 to 15 minutes in most games this year. He did a wonderful job. And I thought Danny Levi did a really good job to start the game for us. So, you know, I'm not, you know, it's nice when you win, you can talk really positively, but I'd be saying the same things if we lost, because that was a really good game of football tonight against a quality opposition. And it could have went either way. So we've had a few games like that this year, and there's 2 or 3 we've won with a minute to go and 2 or 3 minutes to go, and a lot of you guys don't see that. We lose those games. You guys aren't talking about us the way you are, but I know what we've got.
Rick, talking about the young guys, Sav Tamale tonight, I think he topped the metre count, topped the carry count. Is he the Rookie of the Year for you?
It's round 13.
Do you think it's fair? What he's delivering for you, you know, in his first year?
Well, if you can do it for 26 rounds, 27 rounds, there's no one who's going to compete with him.
And Jamal was a groin, so is he likely next week, or do you want to play the long game with him, do you think? It'll
be definitely the long game. But in saying that, if Jamal's right to play, he'll be playing. But I'm not going to risk him. We're going into a bye next week. We're going into a bye after our next game, and we really need it. What we've had to endure over the last 13 weeks physically, travel, I can see it in the boys. We need a break. We're just hanging on for the break I'm going to give them after the Souths game, but we've got a really important game next week for our club and for a person we all love in Josh Papali.
Just how special would this week be if big celebrations kick off tomorrow in celebrating Papali? Just, I guess, is that enough to get the boys up? Can you say that, you know, they're obviously fatigued, they're really feeling it after what's been a really gruelling start? It's such a big week.
Obviously a huge week to my best mate, but physically, you know, it doesn't matter. It's all mental. I know I'll be putting my best foot forward for him, and I know the boys will, what he's done for our club and how long he's been and the leader he is. There's no excuses for us. We've got a bye after, so you leave, empty the tank.